Hello, this is Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Bregman of the Jewish Executive Learning Network. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. I want to share with you another beautiful insight into the holiday, which is something that you can really sink your teeth into. I think it's gorgeous. I bring this in my new work, short and sweet on the Parsha. I think it's page 97, actually. It's good stuff. Here we go. I want to talk to you about Paro, Pharaoh in Mitzrayim, and his dreams, Parshas Miketz, which we just actually read in this past week. Something that's connected to Hanukkah. So let's try this on. What was it that Paro dreamt about that scared him so much? What was it? Well, if you know, he had these dreams about these skinny cows and these fat cows, and about these ears of grain, and the healthy ones and unhealthy ones, and this scared him so much, and he had to gather all the Chartumei Mitzrayim and the Egyptian magicians and the sorcerers and all the people to explain to him, well, what was with these dreams? I got a question for you. What's the big deal with these dreams? I mean, let's be honest. Let's say you didn't know the Chumash, you didn't know the Torah and what they meant, and Yosef and all of this. If you had some dreams about fat cows and skinny cows, would you be so scared? Probably not. If you had some dreams about corn, I don't know, you would have thought you were maybe watching a National Geographic special about the farmers or something before bed. Then you thought about it. What's so scary about that, and why did it startle him so much that he had to gather everybody in Mitzrayim? It's a classic question. So there's a sefer called Chochma Yim Nachla that discusses this. Rav Shimon Schwab Zatzal in his Ksavim, he discusses this, and this is what they tell us, a beautiful insight. They say like this, you know, Paro was the leader of the biggest military power in the world at the time. In fact, Mitzrayim was the most powerful country, like the world's first superpower. Now, when you live in that country, you live in a Medina, you live in a place with an attitude that might makes right. And Paro was comfortable with that, you know? Paro was, the strong beat the weak. And you got muscles, you got an army, you got tanks, you got elephants, whatever you need, and you win. That's the mentality that world leaders have all the time. And Paro was very comfortable with that. And what happened with this dream? When you have skinny cows eating and swallowing fat cows, whoa, what's going on here? This seems backwards. The weak are beating the strong. It doesn't seem right. When you have unhealthy ears and of grain that are sort of being balea, swallowing up the other kind, the healthy kind, well, what's going on? That's not the way the world works. The big beats the small. The powerful defeat the opposite, right? That's the way it goes. And the dream was the opposite. We say, Yishpun Fakert, Adarabba, we say in Hebrew. So what happened? So Paro was scared. He said, whoa, this totally goes against the way I know the world works. And therefore I'm scared. And that's why I got to bring in all my dream interpreters. So says Rav Schwab, and Sefer Chochma Yim Nachla, they say it like this. They say that this is the reason it frightened him, because it went against his world view. It went against his world view, and that's the reason. It wasn't just stam dreams. I mean, we all have silly dreams at night. Who cares? It went against his worldview. That's what upset him. So Rav Schwab, in a sefer called Chana David, take this a little bit further and it connected to Hanukkah. Parshas Miketz, where we find this in the Torah, it's invariably pretty much always read. It's the Shabbos of Hanukkah. That's the Parsha. And it's connected to Hanukkah, because what's Hanukkah? Hanukkah is that same theme you find in those dreams, right? What do you find in Hanukkah? You find that the many were, meaning the Greeks, were delivered into the hands of the few, the strong into the hands of the weak. You have this little shvacha, little jar of oil, which is seems so puny, lasting for 8 days. You have these Maccabees. Don't look at what you see in the kids' coloring books. These Maccabees were yeshiva bachers, and they were kind of wimpy, and they took out the Greek army, okay? So the very theme that we see in the Chaloim, and the Chaloimis, and the dreams of Paroi, is one of the very themes of Hanukkah. And that is why it's connected, that these dreams and these parshas are always read on the Shabbos of Hanukkah. I hope you liked today's Devar Torah. This is Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Bregman of the Jewish Executive Learning Network. If you'd like to order or pre-order a copy of this sefer on the Parsha, where I bring this and about 10 million other Devar Torahs just like that, just get in touch with me directly, director@jeln.org. And I hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel. We'll see you again. Thank you.